Hello, everyone.
Good afternoon and hello. Welcome, everyone. Welcome again. We're going to get started with letting you know more about Summer Institute 2023, Reimagining Our World. We're looking at our theme. We're going to walk us through what Summer Institute is about, walk us through the application process, and also answer any questions that you all might have. You're probably wondering, who are these people in this room and what are they doing? And I know we know some of you, so nice to see you, Shantae, as well. My name is Jay Howard. I'm one of the TAP co-directors for CWP. I am responsible for curriculum mentorship and facilitation.
And I'm Dale Novella Anderson Lee. You just calling me Dale or Dale Novella is fine, or even sometimes Novella. I am the TAP co director of communications, operations, and facilitation. And we're happy to be here today. We want to put into the air that our coworker Adriana is not feeling well today, but she is the co-director for custom training, community programs, and facilitation. So when we say facilitation, it means all of us teach the program as well. So you'll be seeing our happy faces at Summer Institute. So getting into a little bit, an overview of TAP and Community Word Project. So TAP is a branch of the Community Word Project. I like to say Community Word Project is the umbrella, and TAP is one of the spokes on the umbrella. Community Word Project is a New York City based 501c3 arts and education organization that includes children in underserved or children in underrepresented communities to read, interpret, and respond to their world and to become active citizens through collaborative arts residencies and teacher training programs. The teacher training programs is us. Um, for the most part. We also have Give, which is an amazing organization, or amazing program. So the Teaching Artist Project is a collective of diversely experienced arts educators training, emerging, and working teaching artists who are looking for a supportive community to engage in a self-reflective, justice-oriented learning practice in service of their teaching. So what does that mean? It means we put together these workshops that talk about justice, that are justice-oriented, that are trauma-informed, and we support each other and we love each other, or we try to.
Yes, and art is our main form of relationship building. So we build relationships through art, whether that's looking at lesson plans or whether that's looking at activities that we do on our own and then want to bring into our learning spaces. Art is our transferable act of relationship building. So we just love to make art, create art, and think about the way that art can exist within our life and the things that we are a part of. And that brings us almost to Summer Institute. We do have a video. I'm going to put the link in the chat. We're not going to watch this video right now. I'm going to try to put the link in the chat. Please feel free to take a look at it on your own. It gives you a little backstory about who we are and what our organization likes to do. This is all some fun energy, and some of those people that you see that are in that video are actually some of our staff members right now. So we love to think about this exchange as artists and the different ways that we can grow and be together. One of those ways is Summer Institute. I'm just going to do a brief overview about what Summer Institute is. Summer Institute is a time for artists, educators to come together. It is a part of our program, just one part of our year-long program. So we have Summer Institute, we have an 8-month program. We also offer custom trainings. Summer Institute happens in the summer. It's a 3-day experience, 4-day experience. We're announcing that a little bit later. So 3 days is focused though on the training, and you just explore what it means to marry art and activism. Community building is a big part of what we like to do. So we have participants that can join us from all across the country. We are in person this year, but there are still ways for folks to join us in person and also virtually for the art making day as well. As we come together, we do art, but we also focus on lesson plan design. So you can walk away with concrete lesson plans that you can use in your classrooms and your other learning spaces. and we like to celebrate our time together, because what fun is it to have a room full of artists and not share our own artistry. So we will celebrate our art and our time together with an artist salon on the final day. Summer Institute has been happening for several years. We've hosted it in several locations. We've had it in Harlem. We've had it formerly at the Lakes and Hughes House, which was a wonderful place. We've also had it at TD Bank, which was one of our sponsors. So we also like to have it in different locations. This year, we're generally going to have it somewhere in Manhattan. I can't confirm the location yet, but it's going to happen somewhere in Manhattan, New York. Yeah, what is this year's Summer Institute theme?
So, Summer Institute is going to be based in the idea of reimagining the world through artivism. How does our art, how does our legacy affect the future? So, it's a 3 day experience, just like we've been saying. And through art making and discussion, we will explore the question, how can artivism create a new world? During this in person 3 day intensive, teaching artists across the country, which we do usually have teaching artists that we have had teaching artists fly in, um, will work with the Teaching Artist Project staff in New York City to develop skills to help support their students and bring artivism into learning spaces. And just to like think of your art in general as a catalyst for change, right? So I like to think of my art as being more of a therapy, but it definitely can affect what's coming next. Having bringing out that those desires for how you want to see the world. Summer Institute's training curriculum is based on the creative processes, exploration methods, teaching practices, and arts and education philosophy that Community Word Project has developed for over 23 years. This particular program is more suited for experienced teaching artists that have 2 to 3 years of experience. So that's who we suggest apply, because we won't be getting the nitty gritty of lesson planning. We'll just be saying, okay, you know how to lesson plan. This is how you implement these ideas into your lesson plan. So this year we also have an additional day called World Art Making Day. And we wanted just a day that artists could come together and practice artivism on their own with a facilitator, with a master facilitator, or we like to say Big Mama because master is problematic, or massa. So, how do you envision the future? Teaching artists are forever looking for ways to translate their passion for the arts into a teachable practice for emerging creatives. We want our practice to be in conversation with the world about social issues that speak to our heart in a way that retains its own creative authority. We want our work to leave a legacy that empowers those who experience it. And on World Art Making Day, we'll gather in maker mode, processing our individual creative journeys past, present, and beyond. This workshop will include generative morning and afternoon sessions designed to unpack our ideas for a shared future. So we'll have a group. Everyone will participate in the morning session, and then we'll have breakout groups for the second session, and you can kind of pick your own adventure.
Yes, and if we're looking at our own creative process, but we're also being invited to witness other people's creative process and how that can influence what we like to bring. And just want to just share out that this process is all looking at like present, looking at the past, the present, and the future. We think about the future in conversation with the past just because we have access to memory, and I do want to credit Michael Wiggins for giving us language within that. And for us, we're thinking about this journey, what it means to be creatives. And I'll just put Dale on the spot a little bit as well. Like, we always think about within our own work, right? Conversations that we're having with larger issues. So we're working on a song. We've been working on the song for some time now, right? And we're thinking about an important issue and then trying to put like our creative process together. And as we workshop our creative process, we're producing something. And that's essentially is the energy behind World Art Making Day. We all have different creative process, but when you combine those, you can produce something that's magical and powerful We're going to be examining the different ways that's happened through our community workshop in the morning that we'll all experience. And then like the choose your own adventure in the afternoon, where you could choose a workshop or choose an art form that really speaks for you to kind of make some art happen that day. We'll talk about like what that looks like with finances and everything, and how this picture comes together.
So, finances and scholarships, everyone's favorite discussion. So, with Summer Institute this year, we are piloting a program that has tiered pricing. So, it's a little different. We than past years where it's like you got this or you got a scholarship and that's it. So, we have options for we named our options after flowers or with flower imagery. So, you can be an emerging bloom, which means you pay what would be considered like full price, just for you. So full bloom, emerging bloom for the 3 day intensive Summer Institute plus World Art Making Day will be $400. That is our price for individuals. If you are like, maybe not, you can be at the budding tier at $350, greenery at $275, and roots at $225. Or you can be full bloom, a full bloom lily with all your pollen showing and all of that at $500. And that extra $100 that you are donating essentially to the program will help sponsor another artist. We also have options for only World Art Making Day, which will be available. You can sign up for only World Art Making Day through the application, and we will have an Eventbrite link later on just for World Art Making Day as well. So stay tuned for that. Full Bloom, which includes sponsoring another artist, would be $125. Emerging Bloom, 100. That's World Art Making Day just for you at the full price. Budding 75, greenery 50, and roots at 25. And on our application, you'll see little check marks. You can choose your price. And you can still apply for scholarships. Scholarships are based on need, so you do have to send in a scholarship request letter explaining your situation, please. Also, we do not like post these online or anything, so be as candid as you'd like. Also, a couple of you are here from representing organizations. We do have different organization group rates. So if your organization wants to sponsor some of their teaching artists to come, 1 to 3 teaching artists would be at the $300 rate. 4 to 6 teaching artists would be at 225 two yes 225 and more 7 or more would be $200 each. And if there's any confusion about prices, you can, or any of this, any of you can email us at tap@communitywordproject.org.
Yeah, we just recognize that affordability means different things to each of us, and we're looking for ways to comment to to meet the need for where it's at right now. So these tiered payment options are there for folks to self-select. If anybody is putting in an application and they want to reach out to us and have questions about tiers that makes the most sense to us, we're also available for emails and then possibly to chat as well on the phone. I'm saying possibly chat on the phone because it's really Zoom because our phone is down. We're not going to tell people that. So we're going to email
That's
us.
a
We'll
problem.
set up some time to meet with you and connect with you.
Hopefully, by the time Summer Institute rolls around, that will be
Yes.
remedied. But it's been kind of like a sore in our side. Um, Yes.
Yeah.
Also, early bird deadline if you're applying for yourself is this coming Monday. You get $100 off at any of the levels above greenery for Summer Institute. And Summer Institute prices include World Art Making Day. Do we have any questions so far? All right, cool.
I'll
We'll
stop the
keep on
share.
rolling.
Cool. That's all we have technically, but except for walking through the application. So we are going to walk through the application so you know what it looks like. And we're going to walk through the things that you need to fill out the application. I'm going to pull that up. Again, please feel free to turn your mics on. If you have questions, you can also put them in the chat.
So I hope everyone can see. So this is our application for this summer institute. You will see an overview here of the program that kind of goes into detail about everything I just said. It's just a regurgitation of everything I just said. You just don't see my pretty face. Um, you will get a response, a copy of all your responses. So if you want to change, you can't change what you wrote, but you can like email us and be like, hey, and you can submit to applications if you do need to change anything. When you come, you'll see all the dates for Summer Institute and for World Art Making Day. World Art Making Day is virtual on July 19th from 10 to 12 for the first session, and then we'll have an hour break and 1 to 3 for the following sessions. Once again, World Art Making Day is one session everyone together in the morning, and then in the afternoon you'll have several options with different facilitators. We have our artist salon on July 22nd, which will be in person, more than likely in the financial district in Manhattan. And workshops 1, 2, and 3 more than likely will be in the financial district from 10 to 12 with an hour break on the first 2 days, Thursday and Friday, and then 1 to 4 for our afternoon sessions. On the third day, July 22nd, that Saturday, it'll be 12 to 2, so you get to sleep in a little bit, and then 3 to 5 in the afternoon with once again our artist salon from 5:30 to 6:30, maybe a little later cuz we want to rub shoulders and stuff. Accessibility. So if you have any accessibility issues, just please let us know so that we can accommodate you as much as possible. It doesn't have to be going in detail on the application, but like at some point, please let us know. Guidelines. I think we've gone through a bit about the finances and things like that. We do ask for your resume, uh, some samples of your artwork. It can preferably in PDF form. We also accept videos and images and uh, and web links. Yes, all of that applies, and you can submit through the application. Applications close in May 8th. Sometimes we do have an extension, but please do not bet on that extension. Please just try to get your application in as soon as possible. So it's a little bit over a month now. And you'll be notified of your acceptance by June 1st. And then we can set up a payment plan if you need a payment plan, and talk about any other options or accessibility issues that you may need. We also have meet and greets, which if you apply, you will have to choose which meet and greet you come to. It's kind of a very informal interview, kind of, just so we can see who you are. We can kind of get to know you. If we do many times put our participants into care teams, so we want to see like who maybe have a lot in common, and we can put y'all together and kind of be friendship artist matchmakers for a little bit. Mm, I have to fill out the application to go forward, which is fun. We have all of your, I mean, standard application. How did you hear from us? What workshops are you applying for? And which meet and greet are you coming to? Also, which art forms? So everything else is pretty much it's narratives. So we want to hear your story. We want to see your artwork. And we want to know what social justice means to you. I would say be as candid as possible. If you are from an organization, you're teaching artists usually there we make exceptions around the application a little bit. They don't have to fill out quite as much. And sometimes just sending their resumes, like the organization sending their resumes and the work samples to us is enough, depending on how much we like your organization. But if there are any questions about that, you can uh, just let us know in an email any questions that you have. Are there questions now about the application or about the meet and greets?
Hi, excuse me. My name
Hi.
is Lisa. I briefly have a question. I missed the first half, so I was just wondering. You said it's an in-person event. What's the location?
So we are planning to have our Summer Institute for the first time in the CWP offices at 11 Broadway in the financial district. So you'll get there and you'll see the bull and all the annoying tourists, and then you'll go up and have a wonderfully healing experience, hopefully, in our office. Um,
Okay.
So that is where we are planning on having it now. Sometimes things do not work out, and we might have to change, but we should know for sure if something has popped off by June 1st. So by the time you get accepted. But regardless, it will be in an accessible area in Manhattan.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Welcome.
Other questions that are out there, feel free to turn your mic on. You can also put them in the chat as well.
So we do have a few links. We've put a few links in the chat. If you know you want to apply, we can go ahead and throw in the application into the chat for you. And we do have as I said, we have an overview of the program available, a digital overview. Awesome. Thank y'all for coming.
If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to our tap email and we'll answer them there as well. Well, thank you all. We don't want to hold up your time. You have our emails. We are definitely around and we look forward to reading your applications. If you have any people, please send them our way. We'll answer any questions that they might have about Summer Institute as well, too. So thank you. Enjoy the rest of this day while this weather is still at a standstill and awesome.
So thank y'all so much.